It all started with a stupid Instagram ad. I was scrolling through my feed late one night, doing that thing we all do, mindlessly flipping through reels, losing track of time, and then it popped up. The ad was simple, almost too simple. Bold white letters on a black background. Want to get revenge on your enemies? For just $333, we'll do what you've always dreamed. In just 7 days, your enemy's life will be ruined in ways they could never imagine. There was no name or company listed. Below the text was a blurry image of an old cake, one half eaten, no candles, no name, just a big knife sticking out of it. The words, "Don't miss this chance," appeared below the picture. I stared at it for a few seconds. My first thought was, what the hell is this? I didn't even know Instagram allowed ads like this. I couldn't stop laughing for a second. The whole thing seemed like a one big scam. But still, curiosity crept in. It had a button at the bottom, Order Now. I wasn't sure why, but something told me to click it. Maybe I was bored, maybe I just wanted to see how far this ridiculous thing would go. So I clicked. The page opened up to a set of terms and conditions. It was more than I expected, but one line caught my attention. This contract will last for 7 days. Once activated, things will happen to the person you name. 7 days after, the contract renews automatically. It seemed odd, but I skimmed through it. They didn't ask for any personal information, not even a name at first, just one name. My mind immediately started racing. Who could I pick? A little smirk spread across my face as the name of a guy from college came to mind. Adam Jensen. The guy was a total jerk. He was one of those people who thrived in making others feel small. He'd mocked me all through high school, taunted me about my looks, made fun of my stutter when I was a kid. Hell, he even spread rumors about me to the girls I liked. The worst part? Every time I thought things were okay, he'd find new ways to humiliate me. He was the first person who came to mind. Without even thinking, I typed in his name. I clicked the payment button without hesitation, not even expecting anything to come off it. Just $333, that was it. After I paid, the page faded out, and I went back to scrolling through Instagram, chuckling to myself. The next day, nothing happened. Adam was still his usual cocky self in class, making rude comments like always. I just shrugged it off. But then, later that night, I got a call. Adam had gotten into a minor car accident. Nothing major, just a few scratches, nothing that would leave a mark, but there was something off about the story. The mechanic said the brakes were fine, no one could explain how they failed. The next day, Adam was back in class. This time something seemed different. He was quieter, more withdrawn when he sat down. He flinched every time someone got too close. At lunch, he stumbled down the stairs and fell, tumbling like a rag doll. People laughed at first, but then the laughter turned to awkward silence when Adam didn't get up. I couldn't help but feel satisfied. Maybe this wasn't a scam after all. But then the weird stuff started happening faster. On the third day, I saw Adam walking across campus in the middle of a heat wave, wearing a long-sleeve shirt. It wasn't like him at all. I asked him about it, but he shrugged it off and changed the subject. The next time I saw him, he was in the bathroom. I overheard him muttering something under his breath as he tried to hide his arms. Curiosity got the best of me, and I peeked over his shoulder. His forearms were covered in cuts, deep scratches, like someone or something had raked their nails across his skin. He saw me looking and quickly pulled his sleeves down, eyes wide, panic written all over his face. "I don't know what happened," he said, voice shaking. "I don't do it." The fear in his eyes, it hit me. Something was wrong. Was this all connected to that stupid ad? By the fourth day, things were escalating. Adam started showing up to class with wild, disheveled hair. His demeanor was completely off. It wasn't just the physical stuff anymore. It was like he was losing himself. People started avoiding him. The rumors started flying that he'd gone crazy. But it was the fifth day that really shook me. I came back from class and checked my phone as always, do another notification from Instagram. This time it wasn't an ad, it was a message. How's your target? Things are escalating, aren't they? Don't worry, just 2 more days. I blinked, staring at the message, heart pounding. I hadn't received any messages from that account since I'd placed my order, and yet, here it was. They knew things were spiraling out of control. They knew exactly what was happening to Adam. I tried searching for the profile, but it was gone. Just like that, vanished without a trace. But the worst part came when I saw Adam later that afternoon. He was standing near a fountain, shaking violently, staring into the water as if searching for something. When he turned to look at me, I gasped. His eyes were bloodshot, his pupils dilated, as though he hadn't slept in days. He was sweating profusely, his body twitching like he was being electrocuted. But that wasn't the worst part. His skin was rotting. Small batches of it were falling away like his flesh was decaying. Right before my eyes, he was still breathing, but barely, his chest rising and falling in jerky motions. I backed away slowly, terrified. Adam? I whispered, my voice trembling. What the hell is happening to you? He looked at me, his lips trembling as if he wanted to speak, but no words came out. He opened his mouth wider, and a low guttural sound like something's being dragged across gravel rumbled from his throat. And then, he collapsed. I ran. I didn't look back until I was safely in my room. When I finally checked my phone again, the message was there. It had been sent minutes after I left Adam. Just 1 more day, are you ready for the final act? That night I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about Adam. What had happened to him? What had I done? It was like he was more marked. The next morning I woke up to the news Adam Jansen was dead. The police said he died from a heat stroke, but there was something off about it. No one had seen him acting strange before the accident. His body had been found in the middle of the street, face down as if he had collapsed from exhaustion. They said he was dehydrated, but that didn't explain the marks on his arms. I went to check my phone again, the same account. The message was there. Order complete. Give us your next name. I stared at it. A sick feeling crawled up my spine. I thought about it for a long time, sitting there paralyzed by fear. And then a horrible thought crossed my mind. Was it my turn now? I tried to delete the message, but it won't go away. The screen flickered, and then the words changed. Your name will be next unless you find another target. I froze. That was it. There was no escape. The room seemed to close in around me. The walls felt like they were pulsing. I could hear my heart thundering in my chest. It was no longer a game, and when the next knock came at my door, I know I was next. My name's Caden Smith, and I've always been hooked on live streaming and online gaming. Still am, even though it doesn't quite feel the same anymore. My passion was ripped away by a game I can't get out of my head, and I wish I'd never clicked accept. It all started innocently enough. I was browsing one night as usual when I stumbled across a game I'd never seen before. The homepage was unsettling, to say the least. There were strange, distorted faces blinking in and out of view, eyes hollow mouth twisted. Some of the images would freeze, but not in a normal way, like the faces were staring directly at me. Creepy. It was enough to give me the chills, but curiosity took over and I clicked to learn more. A pop-up appeared with just 2 buttons, accept and decline. I didn't even think twice. I clicked accept. That was the moment my life changed forever. The screen went black for a moment, and I thought it had crashed. Then suddenly a live stream popped up. I blinked at the screen in confusion. The image showed a girl standing in front of a door, but the report, the camera wasn't pointing at a random place. It was aimed directly at my house, in my front gate. I froze, my blood running cold. The girl stood motionless, staring at the camera as if waiting for me. How the hell was she there? What was going on? Panic set in. I remembered what my friend had warned me. Don't play the game. If you do, they'll find you. They'll kill you. My heart skipped a beat as the warning replayed in my mind. I jumped out of my chair and bolted for the back door. I had to get as far as possible from whatever this was, whatever she was. But I could feel her presence creeping closer, like she was always just behind me. Falling at her own place, I glanced back. Sure enough, she was moving slowly, but steadily toward me. Not even running, just walking. With a purpose. It was like she already knew I couldn't escape. My legs burned as I ran to my friend's house. My mind is spiraling. I pounded on his door until he let me in, and once I was inside, I quickly locked it behind me, gasping for air. I tried to calm myself down, but I couldn't shake the feeling that the game was already watching me. I spilled everything to him, the game, the girl, the stream showing my house. He told me I was safe here, that we'd figure it out, but I wasn't so sure. I had just broken the second rule. Do not tell anyone about this game. My friend told me to show him the stream. Reluctantly, I opened my laptop. When we looked at the live feed, my heart stopped. The girl wasn't outside my house anymore. She was inside us. The stream showed us the living room, and she was standing in the middle of it, facing the camera with that same unsettling, twisted smile. Before we could even process what was happening, we heard the knocks. Loud, steady, deliberate, knocking at the basement door. We both froze. My friend lived alone. Who the hell could be at the door? The knocks grew louder, insistent. My friend glanced at me, but I couldn't move. The terror was suffocating. He slowly walked toward the door, his hand trembling as he reached for the hand. That's when I heard it. His scream. A blood-curdling, agonizing scream. It echoed in my ears louder and louder until I thought my skull would crack from the sound. I couldn't just sit there. I ran to the door, my hands shaking as I grabbed the handle, praying that whatever was out there hadn't gotten to him yet. I cracked it open just a silver. I wish I hadn't. There she was standing right in front of the door, the girl's face twisted into the gross teak smile. But it wasn't just her smile, it was his face too. But twisted, lifeless and distorted, just like the images on the game's homepage. Her eyes, those hollow, empty eyes, locked onto mine. In my friend's face, his body was like he was there, but not really. His expressions was awakened, inhuman. I could see it in his dead eyes. I collapsed. Everything went black. When I woke up, hours had passed. My friend was in a coma, hooked up to machines, completely unresponsive. His body was still, but there was something off about him. Like he wasn't really there anymore. That girl's smile still haunts me every damn day. So listen closely. If you ever come across a game with the rules that sound harmless, don't play it. Don't click accept, because if you do, they'll find you, and it'll be the last decision you ever make.